Hello everyone, we got a quick news video here to discuss. We've got three important things to discuss. We have a small trade to discuss, the Jets have found their new head coach, and the Carolina Hurricanes don't have a GM anymore. We'll get to all of that coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Internet Hockey channel. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Thank all your support and I'm able to love you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below so we can all discuss in today's video. Now, we've just got a quick news video here to discuss. We've got three important things to talk about here. We're going to start with the coaching update first. In our last video, we talked about how there were only 3, maybe 4 coaching options left depending on what happens in Columbus. One of those jobs has now officially been filled, and that is the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets have signed Scott Arniel to be their new head coach. I'm not exactly sure what the term is on this contract. I think it was 3 or 4 years. I might be wrong about that, so don't hold me to that. But Arniel seems like a really good option here for the Jets to get their new head coaching position. He does have experience as a head coach on top of being a coach at the NHL level in past years. He was head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets from 2010 to 2012 for nearly 2 years. After that, he was an associate coach with New York Rangers from 2013 to 2018. Then he was a assistant coach with the Capitals from 2018 to 2022. So he was with the Rangers during their Cup run in 2014. He was with the Capitals with their Cup run in 2018. So he knows what it takes to win a cup. He was an associate coach with the Jets from 2022-2024 for nearly about 2 years, and now he's the head coach of the Winnipeg Jets. So that's a very fantastic signing there for the Jets. Arniel, I think, has the track record to be a fantastic coach at the NHL level, and I think he could be a very fantastic piece there for the Jets. So not exactly sure it was the greatest option. There's still guys like Jay Woodcroft, Dean Evison out there, Todd McClellan, so there are a couple more experienced head coaches, but I think Arniel has what it takes to be a solid NHL coach, and I think second time around after being head coach in Columbus over a decade ago, I think now he's ready to become the new head coach of the Jets, and I think he's ready to step into that role and become the new head coach of Winnipeg. So very fantastic sign there. It's not a household name that we thought the Jets would be signing, but it is a decent guy who has a really good track record, who I think could be the perfect guy this Jets team needs. So really good sign there as the Jets have now named their new head coach. Now only the Kraken, Sharks, and potentially the Columbus Blue Jackets are the only guys left without a head coach right now, so interesting stuff there. Then we have an interesting update for the Carolina Hurricanes GM position, as there was a lot of talk that with Waddell entering the final year of his contract, would he stay? Would he go? Would the Carolina Hurricanes look in a different direction? Would the Carolina Hurricanes bring back Brind'Amour? They already brought back Brind'Amour and some of his coaching staff. Waddell's not going to be brought back. He was apparently let go. Waddell has been a decent GM for the past couple of years. He spent a year being an assistant GM in Detroit, then had a long tenure in Atlanta from 1998 to 2011 in various positions, including GM, president of hockey operations, interim head coach. So he had a lot of jobs in Atlanta, but in 2011 he was let go. Then he has been the president since 2014 of the Carolina Hurricanes to 2024. He was the GM from 2018 to 2024. So he's been the GM for 6 years, the president for 10 years. So he's had a long tenure as GM and president of hockey ops for the Carolina Hurricanes. Now he's decided to step down, and he's not going to be GM or president of hockey ops any longer. In the interim, the Carolina Hurricanes have named Eric Tulsky the new GM, so that's another GM search that's going to be happening. We know that the Jackets are ongoing, and apparently Waddell has actually interviewed for that GM role in the Columbus, so I'm not sure if he'll get it or not, but he's a very qualified guy, really helped this Carolina Hurricanes team go deep a couple of times, so not overly surprising in my opinion if the Jackets were to bring in Waddell as their new GM, but that's an interesting move there. So the Carolina Hurricanes now without a GM. Tulsky is the interim GM. I've seen a lot of people say they should just leave Tulsky as the actual GM. He seems like he's capable of being a solid GM, and it seems like it could be time for him to be a GM. So not exactly sure if the Canes will go in that direction. There's also a couple of other interesting options out there to be a new GM, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens there. But that's a huge piece of news in my opinion for the Hurricanes, as Tulsky is now the interim GM, and Waddell, who's been the president for 10 years and the GM for 6, is now gone in Carolina and could possibly go to Columbus too. So we now got 2 interesting GM searches that are going to be going and taking place with the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Carolina Hurricanes. And lastly, there was an interesting trade that happened. This is a trade we don't usually see happen so far away from the draft, but it is an interesting one that I want to discuss here today. So the Blackhawks and the New York Islanders made a trade, and the trade is as follows. The Chicago Blackhawks have acquired the New York Islanders' first and second round pick in this year's draft, which is number 18 and number 50 overall, from the New York Islanders in exchange for Tampa's first-round pick, which is number 20, LA's second-round pick, which is number 54, and Vancouver's second-round pick, which is number 61. So basically, the Blackhawks have moved up 2 spots in round 1 from 20 to 18, and 4 spots in round 2 from 54 to 50. So the Hawks are able to move up 2 spots in round 1 and 4 spots in round 2, and the Islanders, while moving back 2 spots in round 1 and 4 spots in round 2, get an extra second-round pick, which is number 61. So this is a decent trade for both sides. For the Hawks, this gives them a better opportunity to grab some more better players. Moving up 2 spots in round 1 will give them a chance to get someone who they might like a little bit more than who they had at 20. Moving up 4 spots in the second round, same sort of thing, gives them an opportunity to get someone who they might like a little bit more than at 54. So it's a solid move there for the Blackhawks, as they could definitely use a little bit more of a higher draft capital now to pick some decent players. For the Islanders, I do wonder if they are considering doing something right now. They do move down a couple of spots, so just look at an extra second-round pick, which is not something to scoff at. This team does not have an overabundance of second-round picks, so acquiring another second-round pick is nothing to laugh at. But on top of that, they could be looking to try and flip the second-round pick, either the 54th overall or 61st overall pick, to try and improve this team for the future. So I'm not exactly sure what they do, but you usually see this trade either on draft day or on the second day of the draft, or maybe in the few days leading up to the draft. You usually don't see it a month before the draft. So with that in mind, it'll be interesting to see if this move leads to anything, if the Islanders with the extra second round pick try and go after someone, or if the Blackhawks try and maybe flip one of their picks that they got. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens there. But interesting move, as the Hawks are able to jump up a couple spots in both the first and second round, and the Islanders are able to get an extra second round pick in this year's draft. So interesting move there. We'll have to see what comes of it for the Islanders and the Blackhawks. But that's all I'm going to talk about for today. But definitely love to hear your thoughts on the Jets head coaching option now with them hiring Arniel. The Canes with their GM sources, they don't have a GM anymore after Waddell steps down. And what do you think about the Hawks and Isles trade? Definitely love to hear your thoughts on all of that down in the comment section below. So I'm going to talk about for today. Or just like this video, and if you liked it, subscribe down below. Thank you for all your support. I know to love you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below, and don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below so you can also listen to this video. I also do a blog talking about news, rumors, and analysis, stuff like that. So check that out. I'll leave a link in the description below, and I can't see you guys all for the next video. See you guys soon.